Hello guys, today we are going to do a quick review of the Artery PAL SE new version, right? This is already out in the market. This is by Artery, and this is what you get out of the box. You get your PAL SE, you get your lanyard, you get your rubber for the lanyard, you get a USB Type C. Yes. And of course, you do get your instruction manual, your information card, and surprisingly, they also sent an apology card. Seldom do I get to see a company who would honestly admit that they screwed up and send an apology, a card or a letter, together with the new versions. Seriously, when was the last time you even saw a company who admits their mistake and do something about it? I know the PAL SE version 1 is still out in the market, but since they saw an issue with, especially with the cartridge, they immediately did things, changed things around, and now here it is, a letter of apology. Good job, Artery. Good job. All right, so let's go about going through this. Oh, by the way, whatever design you get from this, whatever design you get from outside the box, that's what you're going to get inside the box, okay? So let's put this aside. Let's talk about the PAL SE. All right, so basically I've been using this for about some time now, for about 2 weeks. All right, and sorry about the gloves. I've been doing some paint work around the house, so my fingers do not really look as appealing. But I think from this point on, I'll be wearing these gloves for now, so you guys can just focus on the product rather than my fingers. All right, so basically here we go. All right, here's your PAL. This is one of the newer colors. This is what they call the red black leather. All right, basically the leather feels very good on this one, but here's the basic components. Here's the cartridge. Here's the brand new design of the cartridge. Okay, the version ones, they open, you remove the cover from the top, and then it's a top fill. But now it's a bottom fill. Okay, so here you go. Let's open this. So there you go. It's a bottom fill. There. Cool. All right. So now, just the basic functions. All right, to turn it on, press the fire button 5 times. All right. Once there will be 3 color modes. One is green, one is blue, right? And there's one red, right? If it's green, that's 60 to 100%. You get blue, that's from 30 to 60. Once the LED turns red, you're like 30% and below, right? But other than that, this has auto draw function and a draw where you can just simply push the button right there. All right, so there's not much really to talk about, but on the improvements, there's only one airflow inlet now. Unlike before, the version 1 bodies, there's one on this side and supposedly one on this side. But this is what you kind of like determine if you have a version 1 or version 2 body. But of course, here's the Type C plug-in, right? There's a battery vent, then pretty much that's pretty much it. It's a very, very simple pod. By virtue of design, it's 700 milliamps. So by virtue of design and battery size and tank capacity, this is only about 2 mils. So we're talking about an MTL device. But can you use a freebase on this? Yes. Again, the job of the OCC is to burn juice. The juice you put inside is up to the tolerance that you can get. I mean, if for you a freebase 12 mg is already strong, then by all means, use a 12 mg freebase. But if you are a heavy user, you can go up to like 20, 25, or even up to 50. All right? So that really depends on your tolerance or preference. But this can burn any kind of juice you put in except sugar. All right, so since I've been using this for 2 weeks, let's do the cons. All right. Since it's shiny, well, luckily for me, I'm not. My hands are relatively dry all the time, so I'm not really getting as much fingerprints. I know on the white, the royal white, because like the royal white has like a sticker on here, so that is a fingerprint magnet. But on the body itself, or on the leather ones, or on the carbon fiber ones, it's not really a fingerprint magnet, but it's perfectly fine. And one of the things that I did notice, there's an imbalance. Sometimes you would get to experience that there's an imbalance of juices. Sometimes the one is higher than one is lower. Like, right? So that's a little bit of a worrisome, because if you get an imbalance, that means one side might be getting juice, the other side is not getting any. So that might be prone to dry hits or burn coils. Right? One of the last things that for me is a con is like it's just really hard. I mean, this would go to any pod system that is about this size. It's just really hard to wipe the moisture inside over there. You need to use like cotton buds just for that. But other than that, that's pretty much it. For the pros, Type C. 700 milliamps on the Type C. When I get to the red, and then even if I auto draw or press it, that I don't get any, in about less than 40 minutes, from dead bat to full, good. Another pro that I have, this one really feels good, and it's really solid, honestly. Unlike it's one of the well, I used to own a Caliburn. Take note, I used to. This is what I use now. So I can confidently say that the body on this one has better build. Very good tactile feel on the leather. It doesn't feel like plastic leather. It's like really grippy kind of leather. Right? Of course, there's auto draw, right? There's, which is good. And then one of the pros really that I notice on this one is the cartridge itself. See how this is? How it's all nice and curved, right? My lips actually just perfectly land on this ridge right here. So you would see here it's a little bit raised, but yes, my lips just land right about there. I never had to experience that my lips went all the way down here, but here, yeah, it's just great. The mouthpiece design is very good on this one, and so far, no leaks. I've not experienced any leaks. No leaks coming from the bottom. I did see some people say about, hey, there's like leaks and everything, but I'm not really sure how they freaking use it. Well, for me, not leaks. By the way, this one, I've been using this for relatively long enough, but the longest I've heard is about also almost 1 month. So, but for me, this is still running very good. Not even a slight of burnt taste at all. And I'm using a 70-30 on this one. All right, and then here's probably one thing some of you don't know. This is, well, to you guys, this is just a cartridge, right? But, all right, in my first time, or probably if I don't know, but for me, all right, this is relative to me. This is not polycarbonate. This is not polyethylene. This is made out of PCTG. PCTG. This is how you pronounce PCTG in its full. Good luck to you guys. All right. But anyway, PCTG. All right. PCTG is rated to have, right, a higher impact resistance. Honestly, this one already dropped like numerous times from this table and from my bed, landing on ceramic tiles on the floor. Right? No chips, no nothing. PCTG, so I mentioned it has high impact resistance. It has high chemical resistance. If you remember this one video, like how many weeks ago, like he said that do not use menthol or anything sour because of the citric acid. That is in part true. All right, since PCTG has very high chemical resistance, you can use practically any kind of juice or e-juice here, because citric acid on what do you call that, on polycarbonates, it does affect it because something about the covalence or something like that. But yeah, but PET and polycarbonates does react with the juice. PCTG is rated the highest resistance or good resistance to any chemical reactions, whatever you put in here. All right, so especially now it has high heat resistance. That means if you're try to check with your vape manufacturer if their plastic is PCTG, especially if their tanks have, like, you know, sealants or connections, because it's high resistance to heat. It will prevent any expansion. All right, it will prevent any expansion or contraction that can damage the glue or adhesive that's going on. Because so I may be sometimes, like one of the crappiest devices that I have, it always has a leak to where there's a connection between the top body and the base. Most likely, I'm not sure, but you know, most likely it's not PCTG. All right, so my suggestion to this one, basically the ratio 40-60 to 70-30 doesn't really matter. Okay, this is pretty much designed for a medium to heavy smoker. For this one, I got about 270 puffs. For the flavors are way much better than my old Caliburn. Sorry to say, you know, that's why I said I used to have a Caliburn. This is what I'm using now. So probably one of the things that I also noticed, if you would see on this photo, you would see there's like an imbalance of juice level, right? My assumption is probably there's some kind of vacuum inside. But let's say, for example, you pull out your cartridge and then you see there's an imbalance. You just simply turn it upside down and open the two juice doors. So you will see then there will be a balance. It will rebalance itself, all right? And then you just close it and you do it again. And one of the things that I've also read is that some say it's so hard to look at the juice. You have to remove it every time just to look how much juice you have. But there's a quick hack to that. If you want to know how much juice you have left, all right, just simply turn it upside down. Once you get to see bubbles or space around here, all right, I can guarantee you your juice is just right about here to the minimum. See this photo right here? See, there's like a bubble on top. I removed it, turned that upside down, see where the level is. So you really don't have to remove and check, like what they always say, like it's like big of a hassle. No, you just have to work smart with it. All right, so basically build 9 out of 10. All right, functional design, I'd give it about a 7 or an 8, because of the imbalancing. It might happen naturally because of the vacuum or pressures inside. All right, and because it's hard to wipe. But the carts, for me, all right, 10 out of 10, no leaks. Only vapor is down there, but no juice. So overall, I'll give this puppy a 9 out of 10. right? Overall. Other than that, we'll see you again next time on the next review.